Oh, this is my review of Rush Markets. I don't like them. I'm highly disappointed. I gave them $200 and they have not refunded my money back. Like, they guaranteed a 90-day money back guarantee. That didn't happen. They didn't even give me my $107 back that's in my account balance. They were trading it except for $25 worth. They were actively trading it. And at first they made money and then they lost money because, well, I don't know why exactly, but I know what they told me, but either way, the point is, they should have known, things, they were mean how they treated my account. And, this is my account balance. That's how much you can see that I initially put in, and my current balance is now $107. So as you can see, when they professionals, over the long term, it's the first day they made, they turned my $200 into $340, but the next day, at first they made even more money, up to $401. Then it went down because they treated my account, they were mean, they treated my account poorly, and I don't know exactly why. I mean, he says he went and gave it to a junior trader. Either way, any trader at Rush Market should be professional enough to make money, and I trusted them. There's a minimum account balance of $250. They were willing to let me start with $200. I started with $200, and guess what happened? Was they later complained that they wanted thousands into the account. They weren't satisfied with just a couple $100. They weren't willing to treat my account professionally, and they were hoping that I would give them more money. And this is obviously fraud. If it's not fraudulent, and they're, they are exactly accurate about certain numbers when it comes to certain stocks, but really, there's certain things like the Twitter and the Facebook icons don't work to route you to those social sites. They're not listed anywhere. Nobody has any reviews or complaints about Rush Markets. They've been in business over a year, supposedly a few years or so, and with no complaints. So I was talked into initially depositing it, mainly because of the lack of complaints I've seen. So now I'm putting my own complaint out, because they have, in the long run, they obviously don't make money with an individual. Now, I can't guarantee it. If you put $2,000 or more in, it sounds like they might actually treat your account right, and you might actually make money with them. But if you're starting with anything less than $2,000, or you're starting with $250 and not immediately the next day putting the difference in to make that $2,000 or $5,000, somewhere around there, at least $2,000, and should satisfy them, and they would be willing to treat your account better, and they would be more careful on every trade. And it seems to me like that they would make a lot of money for an individual that has that. But unless within the first 3 days that you have at least $2,000 into your bank account, I mean, not your bank, but into this account, into rushmarkets.com account, online account here, at least $2,000, you will not make money. In the long run, you will lose money. They will mistreat your account. And the last thing I have to say is that if anybody at rushmarkets.com is seeing this, review on YouTube here that, please give me my money back. You said you guaranteed my money back within 90 days. Because I can't trust you, I canceled my ATM debit card, and you cannot refund my money through the same method you took it from, and you will have to either mail me a money order or a check or some other method like that of refunding me, because I'm not willing to give an ATM debit card if I get a new one, which I might not for a long time, many months maybe. And so this is another trouble, is they forced me to cancel an ATM debit card because they were talking about how they were suggesting they really wanted me to go into debt, and they wanted $5,000. I told them that would throw me in the negative, and I would owe my bank thousands of dollars because I only had $18 left after they took that $200. And so, like, it would have been $4,900. $82, I believe. Almost. So $4,982 negative in my bank account balance is what I would have owed my bank. And they said that that's okay because they would have made that much more in profits over and above that. And even though I initially tried to do that, take the hold off of it because it's a debit card, and I didn't go through with it. That's a horrible idea, and they shouldn't have asked that, and I didn't end up doing that, and I saved myself from going in the negative and taking a huge risk like that. So they didn't get that far. They only got $200 from me, not $5,200. So it definitely sounds fraudulent how that they're willing to suggest and want me to go in the negative in my bank account, saying that that's okay, the overdraft fees won't be too much, and that's just horrible fraudulent activity. When I was with another broker in the past, it wasn't binary options like this is, but it was with TradeKing.com, and they're the regular stocks basically. With TradeKing.com, and I was with TradeKing for a year, and they treated me okay. I didn't make money with them in the long run. When I ended up withdrawing, I ended up losing with them. I put in $200. I think I probably lost somewhere around $50. I didn't keep track exactly, but I know it was somewhere around there. So most of my money was still there, and I learned some lessons with real money with TradeKing, and they didn't raise their voice at me like a certain somebody at Rush Markets. The other person was different. It's not everybody at Rush Markets that raises their voice at you, but I'm not naming names, but anyways, the point is Rush Markets is unprofessional, and they were calling me telemarketing to get my business in the first place, something TradeKing would have never done. They might do it once or twice, but they won't keep calling. If they do telemarket, they certainly don't telemarket much, and literally harass you and try and talk you into it. And really, it's a rude thing. I mean, some people might think of it as giving up, the person giving up on a potential customer, but really it's a rude thing to keep calling when the person's saying they're really not interested. So, anyways, I found that a little bit rude at first. So he said some things about the fact of how he operates, and why nobody says anything about him. Well, I'm going to be the first to do a review, and it's a negative review, this one. I'm not pleased at all, and I want my money back. They've lost money in the long run, and only by what they say do I have an idea that they want at least $2,000 in order to treat your account right for you to make money. Their website, and they'll even tell you they only want $250 to start as a minimum account balance, but later on, within 2 or 3 days later, that I can guarantee you that they will mistreat your account. They will either intentionally mistreat your account, or that they will just not focus on your account, and certainly the level of care just won't be there. And I can guarantee you'll lose money in the long run. So that 90-day money-back guarantee that they claim, I don't see it on their website. More than one person at the company did say that they have it, but as for my money back, they didn't give it back. And I did give them several hours, before I canceled my ATM debit card for them to do this. But but they didn't honor my request. They seemed to try and ignore what I had to say. And it's my account. If I don't want to be there anymore, I shouldn't be pushed to be there, but I was. They just keep trying to talk me into giving more money, and even going in the negative in my bank account in order to be able to afford trading with their binary options. This is horrible. And binary options in general, after this and after my test account, is called a demo account with an 8x.com, and I can honestly say that it's not worth it. Like somebody else says on YouTube, 61% of the time you'd have to win at least, because of the fact that the profits aren't as much as the loss. If you lose all 100%. You lose all your money. But if you gain, you only gain 70 to 80% for most binary option brokers. It's right around there. It's certainly less than 100% for all of them. So you'll always have to win most of the time, not just half the time, but most of the time, in order to make money with binary options. And so it's just too risky, even for the professionals that win 9 out of 10 times or 8 out of 10 times. And easily, as you can see, I mean, even these professional rush markets has lost my money in the long run. While this current account balance used to be $401, the day after the second day, later that, in the early part of that second day, later part of that second day, then it went down to this amount, $107. Actually, it went down to about 130 something, but I traded with one trade I just tried, and for $25, and then I lost that, even though it said it was a 92% chance, a sentiment they call it, a 92% chance of it winning. And so it didn't work out. And even though I had only an 8% chance of it not working out, according to the sentiment, that 60-second binary options trade, it didn't work for me. And I after that one trade, I just didn't want to risk it. I wanted my money back. They didn't honor that. And now it's a day or two later, and I'm doing this video and putting it on YouTube, and so I'm asking again, anybody at Rush Markets that sees this, please give me my money back. I want it all back, or at least the $107 that's left in the account. And then if you do that, I promise I'll take down this video, and you'll be back at square one, ready to do whatever kind of business with whoever. Hopefully better business with future people. But somehow I doubt that will ever happen. Chances are I'll never get my money back, and chances are man, chances are chances are, you know, nobody will want to do business with this company ever again, and they'll just leave it at that. They'll take down their website, take their money, and run. But hopefully that they have better morals than that, and they can see better profits, and they'll give me my money back. Because if I was them, I would give me my money back. It would make sense, because that way there's not a negative review on YouTube. But so I basically feel at this point that they literally stole my money. They conned me out of my money. They're con artists. Okay, so I need a check or a money order for $200 if anybody at Rush Markets is seeing this. So that's my nasty review of Rush Markets at rushmarkets.com. Yeah, and they're British people with British accents. At least 2 of the workers out of I don't know how many that they have. So I already went through this withdrawal process. Like I said, you know, already tried that. It didn't work. All right, so that's my negative review. I don't like them. Stay away from them.